Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and this is, honey, the trial, okay? The trial that we have been waiting 2 years for, the trial where we all cannot stand somebody named Kelsey and somebody named Tory, okay? Their names do rhyme and whatnot, okay? And we just have to go ahead and just talk about what happened on day 5, okay? This is mainly about Kelsey's testimony that they played in the court. Okay, we're going to look at the tweets from a couple of different court reporters who were there and just have a bit of a conversation, and that's it. Okay, because I'm just, God, Kelsey is just, like a little ragamuffin. Okay, little ragamuffin, because it's a ragamuffin person, in my opinion, is someone doing stuff for no reason as get back, and you can't trust them. Okay, you can't trust a ragamuffin. You can't. Okay, so Kelsey is a ragamuffin. Okay, but happy Saturday afternoon. I was gonna do this last night, but I got home late after we went to go see Avatar Part 2. Okay, so I didn't get home until well after midnight, and I was like, I could do a late night stitching session, but I was tired, so I left it to be today. Okay, but again, I hope everybody's having a great Saturday so far. Okay, y'all know to do a couple of things. First things first, make sure that you have subscribed to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dot. Okay, it's the thing to do. Okay, because you around here, you should be a JayBird. Okay, that's just what it is. Okay, do not forget to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, also on Twitter, please and thank you. Like the video, comment in the comments section, because this is a conversation between me and y'all and us and we and whoever else you want to include. Okay, yes, share it as well, please and thank you. Now I am here. Hi, early on not early. It's not early. It's mid afternoon. It's 3:41 here, okay? But I am happy people can be here for us to have a conversation about this. I feel like the trial is going to wrap up by the end of next week, and then it will be in the hands of the jury. Okay. But yeah, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Thank you for being here. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all are here. Right. Come on, trap music. My intro song is a bit track. It is a little bit track music-ish. Okay. I feel naked without my lipstick, But you know what I'm saying? I just was trying to be, but you know what I'm saying? Fresh face, bare face and stuff. But yeah, happy Saturday, okay? Smash the like button, okay? Round here, like on your way in, okay? Hey, Kenya in the chat, okay? Right, I can't wait either. I can't wait to the trial to be open. This is my thing. I feel like people feel what girl, my lipstick on. Okay. Now I have my lipstick on. Okay. See? Easy. It ain't it's not perfect. And I think this bottle was about done. Because usually I'm able to get my lipstick on easier and not have to, you know, keep sticking the stick in the hole. But this will do. Okay, I gotta throw that one away. It's 18 more bottles, another one. Anyway, but I feel like people feel one of two ways. You either think Meg telling the truth, or you think she's telling the truth and Tory did it, or you think she lied and you don't care. So I feel like once the trial is over, whoever feels on which side of the world of those two things will still feel those two things. It don't matter what the outcome is for me. Tory did it. So that's why I can't wait for it to be over, because at that point, everybody can move on. Tory gonna still say BS if he's found not guilty, but again, I still feel he did that shit. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It is triggering. I can agree. The trial is messy, and I'm tired. I am tired, Lord Jesus. I'm tired. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Kelsey is a bit dingy because Kelsey don't get, girl, you up and pleading the fifth, but you're still kind of incriminating yourself. It counts like her husband is a 1501 exec. I've seen that he is. We talked about that on Thursday's live, because we do see he is associated with 1501. You know, we know 1501 is the record label that Meg is signed to and who she's in court with now over her contract. Okay. Now, I also saw Carl Crawford, you know, Evelyn Lozada's baby daddy, who was over 1501, saying, oh, you know, she must be losing because why would they be right here blaming us? And I was like, I just don't like that man. I don't. Okay. She just, he gets on my nerve. Okay. Right. And now the bodyguard is missing. Meg's bodyguard. The reason I don't feel bad for Kelsey is because I feel like she put herself in this situation after everything happened. I don't think it's like, oh, they're threatening her, because no, I think Kelsey is fully participating in one thing or the other. So I don't feel bad for her. I don't. I feel like this whole situation is unfortunate, but no one's even talking about the fact that Tory slept with two friends. They want to make it seem as if, oh, you know, Meg backdoor Kelsey. And I can't believe, but Tory was sleeping with two friends. And for me, I feel like Kelsey seems to be taking out a bit of her frustration, her aggravation with Meg, into this case. Okay. But hey, me and JayBirds, hey, glad I am loud, gave me a break from shopping. But hey, Cleopatra. Meg bodyguard missing and Tory driver missing. Sound like they want no parts. Or was there? It's the weird thing. My thing is this: Meg bodyguard wasn't there, so his testimony doesn't really matter unless he had a phone conversation with Megan or whoever, not Megan, Kelsey, because Kelsey texted Meg's security. So, but they have that text. So, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like they're like, I don't want no parts. Okay? Because it's becoming a show. It's becoming a show of trying to point out that Meg slept with people. I'm like, so I've slept with people. Have I ever slept with friends? I mean, in my yesteryear, I can say at one point, one person I slept with knew someone else I slept with. Okay, but I don't care. But it don't, you know what I'm saying? Who people, look, I am a free person. Meg is a free person. Everybody was free to bang who they wanted to bang and have to deal with the consequences of banging someone who maybe was already banging somebody you was real cool with. You know what I'm saying? But no one is talking about how it seemed like that ain't even the point of what it should be. Okay, pop of color. This I feel like my lips. You know what I'm saying? When you won't hear it, you gotta be okay. So I'm like, I had to put it, but I'm mad at this. You know what I'm saying? The last. So y'all always say, well, this is always the lipstick. This is always the Fenty Beauty Stunner Lip Paint. Okay, and I literally have maybe 8 more of these same color, and I stay stacked. Okay, but it's weird to me. Okay, it's weird. In the words of Uncle Ruckus, guilty. That is guilty. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Meg, Tory, and Kelsey are playing in our faces. Meg was popped, but she's still lying about the details. Everyone has an opinion. Meg's bodyguard and Tory driver are both missing. I said already. They hired help. Said I'm not dealing with this because no. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to the stuff, okay? Because I could be around here talking about and then what's going on, okay? I'm just gonna say that Tory ass did it. Kelsey's a lie. They both guilty. I agree. Okay, I agree. So there were a few, because y'all know there are no, phones, and you can't be in there recording. It's like a closed case. It's a closed case, and Tory out here with his wig on. Okay, with his little wig on or whatever. And Kelsey is the one who her testimony is what is being played because she was down there in the course and I don't remember. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what Tory said. I don't know what Tory did. I didn't see Tory do nothing. But Meg was mad. Meg was drunk. Meg was fussing. So yeah, Tory was saying all this stuff on the stand about what Meg was doing, but had no recollection. Let me think. I don't know what Tory did. He didn't threaten me. He didn't put his hands on me. I didn't see him shoot nobody. I heard some gunshots. I didn't see nothing. I was like, bitch, you blind? It's one thing to say, I don't remember this little part. I don't know that little part. It's something completely different to say you have no recollection of mainly all the stuff that had to do with Tory Lanez. Come on now, Kenya. My best friend of 25 years, and I had the same high school sweetheart after we met. We fought over him and everything, and now we laugh at that shit. Gang, gang. Okay? Gang, gang. Again, I'm like, no one is saying that in life, people may not sleep with, mess around with, like, fuss and argue over the same dude. That is what you do in your early teens and early 20s. That's why I'm like, I'm not making it seem as if I would never say young folk messing with the same dude in your early 20s. Again, I'm not saying in your 30s, in your 40s, because once you go up, it ain't worth it. But people in their early 20s who around here sharing whatever. I don't judge that because as you grow up, you will laugh about them. I told y'all on Thursday that me and my friend, good friend of mine, we still friends to this day. Good friend of mine. Okay, known her since I was in a knee high. Since like we lived, we lived on the same street, so it was since fucking first grade. Okay, me and her was literally both messing with a dude named Happy Meal. that's a nickname, of course. You know what I'm saying? We was literally fuck. Now we never got into a physical fight, but we was for sure fussing, arguing, beefed out for a second or whatever. And after we was like, what the fuck was we thinking? My God, that was so dumb because he was the real villain. But people love to make it seem as if the women who are fussing over shit is the problem. Oh, it wasn't about Tory. No. It's about it's like, no, what's about Tory? It is. It really is. And I for a fact in my life, I have beat two bitches' asses in my 20s over my boyfriend who was their baby daddy. I beat their ass. Two of them. You know what I'm saying? Because in your 20s, you do dumb shit. I am 40 years old. I won't even fuss with a big over nigga. I'm not fussing with her over him, not ever. If my him has a her, she can have him. My him will only be for me. My him is for me, not for us. Okay, I ain't sharing in my 40s. Ain't gonna do it. Not gonna do it. But again, earlier in your life, that shit happened. You move on. Okay? Now, I just had it because I was like, can you, girl, you right when you right. Okay, girl, come on now. You know what I'm saying? But again, Kelsey is the one around here, in my opinion, making a case for Tory to not be guilty because she's not remembering anything that has to do with him. So because of that, now y'all know initially, I look cute, y'all, don't I? I like when I look at myself and I'm like, I look cute, y'all. Because sometimes I look like, I don't know. Even though I'm always cute, I'm like, I don't know. My forehead is a little big, you know what I'm saying? My face is real round. Okay. I got, moles. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know, girl. But the guy was like, no, girl, you cute. And y'all cute too. Okay. Even on the day when we feel ugly, we are still cute. Okay. Me, you, y'all, all y'all around here, all y'all here, y'all are beautiful. Okay. Anyway, let me walk. Whatever. Anyway, why do I need to stop singing stuff all the time? This is weird sometimes. But y'all know on Wednesday and on Thursday, Kelsey was up there on the thing or whatever. And thank y'all. I popped off screen. Kelsey's filed. She's known man for how long and decided not to tell the truth in Meg's defense, but getting shot. Unbelievable. But yes, I love the brace too, y'all. I love them. It gave me a whole new feeling or whatever I'm saying. But y'all, I'm cute and y'all cute too. And say, come on now, Molly. Come on now, Shauna. Okay. Yes, for the beauty of it all. We are all gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to pour. I pour into y'all because it's also pouring into me. Okay. But Kelsey was on the stand Wednesday and Thursday. Okay. And because she was not remembering nothing she said, I can't remember. They like, well, okay, but you said in September. Tory's lawyers kept asking her, or at least asked her profusely about if she felt pressured to give her statement to the police, if she felt pressured to give her statement to the prosecution, if she felt pressure from anybody, to tell the story she told in September. And Kelsey said, yeah, I felt pressure by the prosecution to give a statement because the defense had her say that. The prosecution then could play her statement because before the judge had decided, well, no, it can't be used as evidence. No. Because she's here today saying, whatever, you can't use the statement that she gave y'all back in September today. Oh, but because the defense tried to be slick and say, oh, well, who pressured you? The prosecution, the judge then decided, okay, the prosecution can play the recording because it will show she wasn't pressured. See, you play dumb games, you get dumb prizes. Okay? You can't be around here playing these stupid ass, petty ass, I don't remember games and saying that they pressured me. They pressured me. They pressured me. Okay, well, let's hear it. Anyway, so I have the tweets from 3 separate reporters who are on Twitter. That one guy who was on Instagram, the lawyer dude, I did not include his stuff only because I feel like he want to get famous off this. And I do not want anybody, I don't want to use video where I do feel like sometimes he's picked a side and has a journal with it. He's picked a side, but he's not a journalist. So he's watching what's happening in the court and then he's giving his own opinion. And sometimes I feel like his opinion is making people think that what he's saying is like law. And what he's saying is what is the only thing it could be. And I feel like that ain't how it is. So I prefer to play stuff that's just what was said in court and leave it be. Okay. Yeah, the white guy, I was trying to look up what his name was. But he's reporting on what's happening, but he's putting more of his spin, of his thought process, in his opinion. This ain't thing that I'm doing. But I would not do that if I was trying to just report what was being said, because it's not an open, to the public much trial. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? He just, and now he has subscriber only posts where he's giving more detail of what was said. And I'm like, if you're going to report, then report. Make your money cool. But I'm like, I'm not going to subscribe to you, sir, because it's very, right. This is the reason it's biased. It's biased because it's not like we're all seeing what's going on and then having a conversation. We are trying to we're trying to get what is being said in court to have our opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like when he's reporting sometimes, he'll just say, well, not good for Meg. Like, and you can kind of see, you know what I'm saying, how he's kind of going over that way. So I try to follow people on Twitter who are actual journalists and who are just giving the details of what was said and not much giving an opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? So, that Tory when he said that Kelsey was a perfect witness, I was like, bitch, where? But then in the later clip, he posted because Kelsey, it's like, sir, see, you're trying to post stuff, that's your opinion. So as a blogger myself, I don't want to use that content because when other folks watch it, they will believe what he's saying and not form their own opinion. Okay? So that's why we around here. I took the time, honey, I did all these screenshots from these 3, what I feel are credible enough journalists who are giving us what was said, and that's it. Okay? So, James, we're going to go from James first thing. I think it's James first, and then maybe like Nancy's next. So James was saying most of Kelsey's tape has been played. Cliff notes, okay? This is the recording of what she said. Everything we finna hear is from what Kelsey said to the prosecution when she went in to discuss what happened the night of the shooting. So these are basically the transcripts of what Kelsey said on that September recording that she can't seem to recall what she said currently in December. Kelsey says Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. Says Tory physically assaulted her by pulling and dragging on her hair. Since there was a conversation with Tory about money, but he never explicitly bribed her. So that's part one. You hear me? If you shoot someone and I see you shoot someone and you offer me $1 million, that's a bribe. That's a bribe. Okay? If you come over my house and put your penis into whatever, that's sex. Okay? If you cook a hot dog and you put it in a bun, it's a hot dog in a bun. Okay? If you put a turkey in the oven, that's Thanksgiving dinner. Can't nobody tell me that Tory Lanez talking about giving Kelsey $1 million for no apparent reason. Why did he offer $1 million before? So her saying, well, he offered me money. There was a conversation about money, but he didn't, really bribe me. If he offered you money after a shooting, it's going the bribe way. If a man walk in your house butt ass naked, holding the condom, he wants sex. I just feel like it's like, what I'm saying? So to me, she was already a bit on some bullshit of the shit then. Okay. Next up. She also said, okay, there's probably 15 to 20 minutes left to play in the afternoon session. Also of note, Kelsey seems to paint the argument in the car between Lanez and Megan as much more about their careers than about who slept with who, which has come up a lot in trial. Because at the trial, they kept, oh no, they was fussing about Meg and who she was banging and Kelsey and blah, blah, blah. No. So again, they're making the point to say on the recording, Kelsey is seeming to paint the argument in the car between Lanez and Megan as much more about the careers than about who slept with who, which has come up a lot in the trial. And I think a reason that's a great point is because it's like once there was arguing, it wasn't about Kelsey. Now we fussing artist to artist. Because you insult me and I'm insulting you. And if you was fucking me and Kelsey and I was fucking you and the baby, I mean, we don't care that much anyway. We are out here just freely doing what we want to do as adults. Okay? Right. He offered me money, not to say nothing, but never bribed me. You sound crazy. You sound foolish. Okay? Kelsey up on the stand looking like a damn fool. So again, that's what she said. That's that. Okay? Also, on the tape, Kelsey also vented her frustrations that Megan didn't protect her in her initial press statement and left her thrown to the wolves regarding rumors that she was the person who shot Meg. Now, when Meg first got shot, as we said before, it was a lot of no one saying nothing. Tory was the only one, in my opinion, as I recall, that when it first came out, he kept making it seem as if he didn't do it. It was the public who was saying it was alleged that Tory shot Meg. The reason they thought that was because Kelsey was Meg's good friend. So why would Kelsey's good friend and why would Meg's good friend shoot her? This was also before we knew about any of the details. However, when Meg finally did come up and say something, I feel like the reason she did not put anything out to protect Kelsey was because she knew Kelsey didn't shoot her. She said Tory shot her. So I don't think she was trying to not protect Kelsey, but no one was saying Kelsey did it in the first damn place. So, but the fact that she's admitting to that, she was upset. She was frustrated. that Meg did not protect her. So the question I have, do we feel like because she felt in the beginning that Meg did not protect her, that she does not owe Meg any protection now? Even though, in my opinion, I don't ever recall Meg speculating that Kelsey did it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Kelsey's on some bullshit. Why is Kelsey not mad at Tory for not just telling the truth about what happened that night? This is true. Because he's also been very vague about stuff. Tory has made more people feel like it could have been Kelsey than Meg has. You know what I'm saying? Truthfully. Tory could have taken the opportunity to shut the hell up at any time. And I do feel like the reason things got worse and worse and worse and worse is because he would not shut up. Nikki was vague about who popped her at the very beginning. No, Nikki was silent about who shot her at the beginning. She wasn't vague. There's a difference. She wasn't really saying much about it, just in general. I think was her thing was, I want to move on from it. I want to deal with it. And if she would have tried to mention Kelsey in any way as she didn't do it, then that would have been her just saying, hey, Tory did. I think in the beginning, it wasn't her being vague. She just kind of wasn't trying to say anything in general. But that's just my opinion, okay? But Meg's life is on a trial. The question is, who shot Meg? Kelsey Captain, bring on the perjury charges. Why would Meg ever say Kelsey shot her if Tory did? As a victim, you want the person who did it to be responsible, not any other person you mad at. Because this is the thing. Meg can't say someone did it who didn't touch the gun. So why would she say Tory did it if she knew Kelsey did it? Because the proof would be what she lied, because, you know what I'm saying, he also had gunpowder. And the fact that Kelsey was initially never saying Tory did not do it. Kelsey was always trying to make it seem as if it wasn't me. I didn't do it. And anyone who says I did, you know what I'm saying? So Kelsey was out here trying to defend herself, but also not say Tory did it. But if you didn't do it, and the mayor didn't do it, and if the driver didn't do it, who does that leave? The fact that Tory told Kelsey about him and Meg shows he was trying to create beef between the ladies, and it worked. And it worked so well that Kelsey seems to be still trying to defend that man. Next up. But the main point is the tape is Kelsey being very clear and direct on what she saw that night and what she saw that night and who shot who, as opposed to her the litany of I don't know, I don't remember. I'm gonna stand this week. I'm gonna have a longer piece on her. That's what anyway. That'll be whatever. But the point he's making is on the tape, she's clear. Ain't no confusion. Clear. In September, she was clear on who did what. She was clear on what happened. She was clear on everything. And now she's making it seem as if I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't remember. It could be the Tooth Fairy did it. Tinkerbell did it. Peter Pan and Wendy did it. I don't know. I don't know who did it. It was a scheme, Todd. No, girl, it wasn't Todd either. He also goes on to say, for clarity, Harris' interview tape previously could not be used as evidence. The judge allowed the full tape in as evidence of prior inconsistent statements, and after prosecution raised issues that defense had opened the door to the tape by implying prosecutors pressured Harris in the interview. As I said earlier, they were not going to play the tape. The judge had already said it cannot be used as evidence until Kelsey said, or she insinuated, implying the prosecutors pressured her in her interview. So they then said, that ain't what happened. So because of that, they had to play the tape. Play the tape. Play the tape. Play the tape. There were 2 female DNA and 2 male DNAs on that weapon, which means it wasn't a new weapon. Was Meg's DNA on it? I don't know. No one is saying he bought a brand new gun and only him and Kelsey touched. That gun probably had been touched by many people. And the DNA, I believe they were saying, they didn't even say that Kelsey's DNA was on it. It said that all the DNA was inconsistent, which probably means there was fucking on that gun. It was only one gun in the car. They didn't recover 4 guns in that car. They recovered, if my knowledge proves me right, 1 gun was found in that car. Of the 1 gun found in that car, 2 people had gun residue on their hands. And you want to shoot a gun with your hands. 1 person had gunshot wounds to their body. That was Meg. The driver had no gunshot residue, no bullet wounds. He's a non-factor. Meg had bullet wounds. She's the victim. Tory and Kelsey had gunshot residue. They are the potential suspects. Okay? Meg said, Tory shot me. I believe Meg. Kelsey said, I didn't shoot Meg. So who does that leave? So people can try to paint this however they want, but common sense to me is really common. It's common, but it's expensive. Some folk can't afford common sense. If 4 people, if Johnny has 4 apples, okay, if Johnny has 4 apples, and 3 of those apples are thrown away, how many apples does Johnny have left? He has 1 apple left. If 4 people are in the car, the bodyguard did not have gun residue or bullet wounds. Meg had bullet wounds, no gunpowder. Kelsey said, I didn't do it, but had gunpowder. Tory keeps saying, well, Kelsey could have did it. I'm just like, it's not even rocket science. It's not even rocket science. It's not even rocket science. I'm just like, what in the is going on here? An unregistered weapon. Yes, please like the video. Matter of fact, go do it. Do it. Do it. Because liking the video is the thing to do. You hear me? Okay. So, as I was saying, because I didn't forget where I was. And look, people will have whatever opinion they want to have, but I said what I said. What if everybody was sworn to secrecy about who was sleeping with who? What if Tory lied to Megan about he and Kelsey? Makes sense. Why are you telling her that? We never know. And again, everyone can have their opinion, but I just feel like 1 + 1 is 2. And more people are trying to discredit a person who literally had the gun stuff surgically removed from her feet that the doctor, the surgeon discussed in court. And folks still want to say, but Tory was fucking Meg, and Meg was fucking Tory, but had Kelsey back, and Meg was the one who ain't say nothing ever. So what you know how many victims don't say nothing because they don't want to have to prove their what happened? You know how hard it is to have to force people to want to believe that someone shot you? That's insane. That's insane. But the minute a male rapper gets killed and shot dead, oh, it's all about let's defend them. Let's support them. Whoever they say did it, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That when a black woman is saying, I was shot, we know she was shot. There's proof she was shot, but people are still making her out to be the person who has to prove what we know happened actually happened. I saw today Audrey O'Day from Danity Kane did an interview where she was saying, implying that back in the day, when they were in Danity Kane, that people wanted them to do more, to do things. And people was like, girl, why you lying? I'm like, do y'all not know how that really happens? But women don't come forward because when powerful men or men in general do things to us that we can't speak about because who will believe us? And when Meg finally spoke out, look what's happening. Audrey O'Day, who I think is a bit loco sometimes, but I don't think she's lying. We have to stop immediately questioning when someone is saying what happened. You don't have to immediately question it, especially if it's someone saying someone shot me. This is the case of Tory was in the car with them. She's not saying Tory shot me and he wasn't there and there's no proof. Tory was arrested and taken into, they were all together when the police put him over. We have to stop making Meg the fact that she is the person has to prove he did it. The fact that it was 4 people in the car, 2 had gunshot residue, 1 person was shot, and the 4th person, nothing. No gunshot residue, no bullet holes. So at the end of the day, this should not be about Meg. It should be about Kelsey and Tory. That's it. That's my point. None of this should be about Meg. None of it. But folks are trying to poke holes in Meg's story. Her as a person, her as an artist, her as the victim. People are literally trying to poke holes in the fact that she had gun bullet fragments surgically removed from her foot. People were saying she was lying about that. I'm like, how the fuck? What? When she showed the shit back in 2020. People who like to argue that part of it is people who get on my fucking nerves. It's one thing to say, well, Meg should not have lied in the beginning. I can see that, fine. She should not have. However, you now see why she did, because look at what happened once she told the truth. Y'all want folks to be honest, y'all then want to question their honesty. Because what it looks like is y'all are defending Tory. But let's get back to what they were saying. Okay. Right over. Again, as we said before, her interview could not be used as evidence. The judge allowed it because she was brought around and saying the prosecution forced me to say shit. Okay. Because Kelsey up there lied. Okay. So she also said this is to do with the perjury issue. Kelsey does not have immunity from a perjury charge. But important to note, she said she couldn't remember a lot of things on the stand. Not that they didn't happen. There's a galaxy between those points when it comes to what could legally be considered perjury. Because again, someone said, don't say yes or no. They say, I don't remember. If someone asks you a question and you say, you know what, I can't recall. Nope, I can't recall. They can't prove that you're lying, that you can't recall what you said. If they say, hey, did you say the Tory shot me? I never said that. That's perjury because you did say that. No, so it's a difference. So again, to me, someone told that girl, just say, I don't remember. That's why the prosecution was so upset, because she wasn't even answering their question. She just said, oh, I don't know. Look, don't y'all be in these comment sections being out of y'all pocket. Y'all know we have to all have our own opinions, but be respectful. Y'all know we of the JayBird committee. We are a respectful bunch. We respect each other, even in our differences. I mean, I sometimes could say means and fuck off, but that's because it's me, okay? But however, we gonna all respect each other with our comments, okay? In our opinions, okay? We're gonna do that. Don't be disrespectful. We don't want that. We don't want nobody getting blocked for disrespecting. We are respectful around here. Everyone's opinion is their opinion, but don't be rude. Don't be rude. But again, somebody told Kelsey, hey, girl, just say you don't remember. I don't know. It could be not. I don't know. Who knows? I don't recall. Okay, that was the majority of what she was saying, what we call bullshit. Okay. Also, let's James. Also, because someone asked James, so how will anybody know what part she lied about, which part she told the truth about? And he said that's why it's called reasonable doubt. There's no certainty this conflicting narrative is good for the prosecution at all, because some people feel like, okay, if they're proving that what she said on the stand don't match what she said in the interview, that doesn't make it a slam dunk for the prosecution, because it creates reasonable doubts that Tory is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the whole in court. Is this person guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? That's the whole point of Reasonable Doubt, which was a great show that I really still need to review Reasonable Doubt. Someone also asked, the tape can't be used as evidence during deliberations, correct? And he said it can now. It can now. Because again, at first they were using it just to refresh the witness's recollection. Now it's evidence because of the inconsistencies between her statements. Okay, so that part is a win for the prosecution, because again, before, when the jury could not use it as evidence, now they can. You know what I'm saying? Now we can. So I do think when the jury could not use it, it was like, well, damn, because although having Kelsey on the stand said, I don't know, I don't remember, but not like, no, her full thing right here. Okay, their full thing is right here. And I was like, we need it. We need it, okay? Next up, what did they say? So, okay, we're on to Nancy Dillon's tweets, okay? A couple of her tweets, too. Jury just heard most of her statement. It's intense and incredibly detailed. Kelsey carefully describes the shooting blow by blow, alleging it happened immediately after Tory ordered his driver to stop the SUV because he wanted Megan and Kelsey ejected from the vehicle. Now, the reason that makes a good point is because Kelsey tried to make it seem as if Tory didn't hit me. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. Nothing happened. Tory, I don't know. He didn't know. No. But the recording of her carefully describing stuff, blow, blah, blah. So she fully remembered everything. Even her saying the shooting happened right because Tory said, stop the car. Get out. And which to me means he was in a state of aggravation and anger. Because what grown ass little man stops the car to put two women out the car who are in swimsuits late at night? An angry little man who could also pull out a gun and go bang, 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 bang. Okay. Right. Kelsey lying on the stand did help bring in her testimony to give more light to what she said happened. Also right, all because the defense was pushing Kelsey to mainly say she was pressured by the prosecution, because this is the gotcha. Back on screen. When the prosecution was saying, but you told us this September. You said this in September. The defense then tried to say, okay, yeah, gotcha. Mm-hmm. So, because people were saying between day one of Kelsey, between the 2 days of Kelsey talking, people were saying that the defense, that Tory, that somebody with the defense with Tory or whatever, is the one who pressured Kelsey to get on the stand and change her story. The defense then said, okay, we can use this to our advantage. Kelsey, did we pressure you? Did me or Tory, did we? No. Who pressured you, Kelsey? Who was it? Was it it was the prosecution? So they tried to play. And the judge said, okay, we're going to put her stuff up here. We can now listen to what she said. So her saying in September, the shooting happened immediately after Tory ordered his driver to stop the SUV because he wanted Megan and Kelsey ejected from the vehicle. Now, this is a gotcha for Tory's driver security being MIA. He knew what was said in the car. What was the argument? Was Tory upset? Was Tory mad? Or was it really between Kelsey and Meg? Did you see Kelsey shoot Meg, driver man, or did you see Tory do it? Okay. Now I also wonder why the prosecution have they not interviewed the driver already? How they did Kelsey? That part I wonder. Okay. Also, Nancy points out, Kelsey said, okay, I get out of my side, and no sooner do you know, you start hearing gunshots going off. I looked up, maybe about the second or third gunshot. You see Tory. He's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over in a smooth transition, and he's leaning over the door. Again, clearly she's saying what happened. I've always said before, when I've done my story times and I'm recalling what happened years ago, it's a seamless recollection. When I had the story time about the guy I dated, and we went to his house, and his mama to me was a ghost. Well, she a ghost, so she was a walker, crackhead, whatever. It's a seamless reminder of what happened. I was in the car. He got out the car. I hear tap, tap, tap. It was a zombie woman. You know what I'm saying? It's a seamless remembering of what happened. Okay, my nicknames of what I saw may change, but it still was his mama walking down from a crack house, and I was confused because I didn't know he lived in a crack house, but their house was really, really bad. Okay, my point is, she had a seamless memory of what happened. I get out of my side, and no sooner do you know, you start hearing gunshots going off. I looked up maybe about a second or third gunshot. You see Tory. He's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over in the smooth transition, and he's leaning over the door. Okay. She also said he's shooting over the top of the door. He was leaning over the front passenger door, and he was shooting the gun. Megan was walking away when this happened. But by the third or fourth shot, she was facing towards us, and I would describe it as like a deer in headlights. So again, a seamless remembering of what happened. I get out of my side. No reason do I do that. Your gunshots. I look up. I looked up. You see Tory. He's in the front seat, leaning over the door. He's shooting over the top of the door. He was leaning over the front passenger door, and he was shooting the gun. Megan was walking away when it happened, but by the third or fourth shot, she was facing towards us, and I would describe it as like a deer in headlights, meaning Tory wasn't even shooting towards Kelsey, because Kelsey's saying Meg turned and was facing them, so she was closer to Tory. So Meg's back was turned, and she turned as he was shooting at her. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. I wanted to let all that right. The judge said, "Bro, that beautiful bean footage. Roll that beautiful bean footage." Okay. So it's like she clearly stated what happened. Yes, there was an argument between whoever, between Tory, Megan, Kelsey. There was a disagreement between all of them. After Tory made sure to tell Kelsey and Meg how it was fucking both of them, okay? He said, "Pull the car over, driver." Meg got out. Tory quickly grabbed the gun and started shooting. And Meg's back was turned, and she turned looking like a deer in headlights, as anyone would, because I'm gonna die. So when people say, "Well, how can Meg not know?" When you are walking away and you hear gunshots and you turn and you see a gun, you may not have all your peripheral visions together, but you know I turned and seen the gun and who was holding it. Pow, pow. Kelsey effectively said what happened. Okay, Meg said her back was turned, and she then turned around. I do believe Tory Lane shoot Meg Stallion in the feet. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what Kelsey was confirming. They must have been tussling with the gun for both to have residue on their hands, so they both shot Meg. They can both go to jail. The level of details is the truth. It's on video. That is why most of the time they. I'm gonna need more water in a minute. That is why they record people's statements. If you see any interrogation, they replay the interview to show the people's body language, how they sound. Do they sound scared, or do they sound completely confident in what they're saying? Like when I was watching, what was I watching? Some documentary about a murder or whatever. And they were saying how the person who was accused of doing it, like they say how people who kill people or folks who don't kill people, if you put pictures of dead people, of dead and all that stuff, there's a reaction that innocent people have. They don't want to see that. And so they will record people to see what their reaction to stuff is. So Kelsey is on this video just talking, saying what happened. Is why the video is so important. And because Kelsey seems to not be smarter than the average bear, she didn't think about that. that how it would look when they watched it back to what she was saying. Gun residue can float. Kelsey was standing behind Tory. That's probably why the driver who was in the car had nothing on him, and why Meg, who was the victim around here, had nothing on her. And if they use her statement on the video as evidence, is not reasonable doubt because she's clearly saying what happened. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna Kelsey's dizzy. Oh Lord Jesus. It's crazy. It's crazy you partying with your so-called friend and you find out she's banging the same dude you banging and all this happened. Look, people find out crazy things all the time. But in my opinion, the main villain here is Tory. Kelsey and Meg having this friendship fallout over a dude is unfortunate. Tory, to me, is the agent of chaos because after he slept with two friends, he then revealed to them both he's fucking them both. He then shoots one friend and seamlessly causes them to stop being friends. And as we see, now Kelsey trying to not help him be brought to justice. Right. Meg was a whole celebrity, and even then, Meg was not as big then as she is. Like Meg is even a bigger star now. But still, who would think after a little get together at Kylie Jenner's house that Meg the Stallion would be shot at and shot by Tory Lanez and Calabasas in a swimsuit? Who would think? Who would think? Who would think? When Kelsey made a statement, she had her husband with her and a lawyer looking at the phone and showing pictures and texts. She showed her everything. She showed them everything. That is why they said, play the tape. Roll that beef. Where's the beef? Right here on camera. Now, again, Kelsey told them he shooting over the top of the door. Also, Kelsey said the way Tory was angling the gun, it wasn't like straight. It was like down, definitely in her direction. So Kelsey saying she did not see Tory shoot Meg on the stand is a damn lie because you said in September you even knew how he was angling the gun. Not straight, it was down in her direction. She didn't hear him say anything. He told prosecutors during the September 14, 2022 interview that she largely disavowed during her live testimony this week, meaning everything she definitely said in her interview, those are the exact things she then fully forgot on the stand. I kept saying, Kelsey is not forgetting anything that makes Meg look like a bad person, a bad friend, a liar. She's not forgetting anything that has to do with Meg that night. She's forgetting everything that has to do with Tory being the shooter. No one, did she have selective amnesia? Did she have selective postpartum? Because she blamed postpartum amnesia. She blamed her postpartum and the death in the family and stress and anxiety on why she can't fully remember things. However, if you listen to what she remembers, she only remembers stuff that makes Meg look some kind of way. She has no recollection of anything that can point to Tory being the shooter, as Tory being upset, as Tory fussing with him or Meg. Okay? He's brave sometimes. Like, what are you doing? Okay. Well, Tory is nothing about that. So this is my thing. If Kelsey would have came there and not remember shit, not remember her being upset with me, the fact that she remembers Meg lying on me, I know that. I know this. If you're gonna play amnesia patient, play amnesia patient. But no, she changed her story to make the prosecution's case be weak, to make the victim look like shady, like Meg had been lying. You know what I'm saying? But her statement to the people was clear. You can't say, I didn't see Tory shoot Meg in December, but in September you said the way he was angling the gun, it wasn't like straight. It was like down, definitely in her direction. Now let's move over to Megan's post. Megan, to me, is Megan and Nancy. Nancy is not bad, but Nancy only posts some stuff, and then the rest of the stuff she posts for Rolling Stone. Is it Rolling Stone? I think it's Rolling Stone. But whatever publication she works with, and you have to like subscribe to their stuff. I'm like, I don't want to pay for a Rolling Stone subscription that costs $8 because I don't want to. I just don't. And it made us be a stuff for them. I'm like, just say the shit. Just say it. So some stuff that the other lady do, Nancy does, you only get a little bit of, okay? Megan be like on it. You hear me? She be on it. And she doesn't really make you pay or go here, go there. And she also does a breakdown of everything on her on the company website like the following day. Okay, so I like Megan the most. So Megan again, her point was, and this is Megan, the co-reporter. We were on a 90-minute break. The recording of Kelsey is nearly finished. We'll hear the end of it when we return. The recording is all Kelsey talking comfortably about what happened, with the prosecutors asking questions. We haven't heard any kind of pressure yet. And the reason this is important because, again, the whole reason they were playing the tape was to see if Kelsey was pressured to say stuff. Because, again, that's why they recorded. Because if the prosecution or whoever, you can tell if they are pressuring or leading someone to say something. So that's why them watching or listening to the whole thing is great. So as Megan said, the recording is all Kelsey talking comfortably about what happened, with prosecutors asking questions. We haven't heard any kind of pressure yet, meaning they did not pressure her to give a statement. They did not pressure her during the time of questioning to say one thing or the other at the all. Okay. Kelsey tells prosecutors about Tory saying something about Meg needing to tell her the truth, and Kelsey was confused. He tells prosecutors that Meg said something like, Kelsey, don't listen. He's trying to make you mad. And I'm assuming that was Tory trying to bring up how he and Meg are fucking, and Meg should tell Kelsey they fucking. And Meg said, Kelsey, don't listen to him. He want to make you mad. Because at the end of the day, she didn't want her to know, I fucked Tory too. But again, that don't have nothing to do with nothing because Tory shot Meg. Chuck says, next thing you know, the argument began with Tory and Meg. Tory called Meg bitches and hoes, and Kelsey told prosecutors, I stepped in and I said, you know you're not going to talk to my friend like that. Kelsey told them also, honestly, when I argue, I just kind of say things that are hurtful too. She talked about Lane threatening to shoot her, saying she told him If you shoot me, you shoot me. I guess it's my time to go. Then the argument turned into artistry. So again, Kelsey saying, I don't recall him threatening to shoot me in the car. I don't recall that. But that's what you said. Again, Kelsey told them Tory saying something about Meg needing to tell her the truth. And Kelsey was confused. Because at that point, Kelsey did not know Meg and Tory were having sex. So to me, this means Tory was already being messy. Because he knew what Meg did not want Kelsey to know. But he also knew the whole time he had fucked two friends. She then said they think, the argument between the argument began with Tory and Meg. Tory called Meg bitches and hoes, and Kelsey told him, don't talk to my friend like that. So again, they are friends at that point. Then, when she argued, she just say things that are hurtful. She talked about Lane threatening to shoot her, saying she told him, if you shoot me, you shoot me. I guess it's my time to go. Then the argument turned into the artistry. Kelsey said Meg said the only reason Tory is famous is because he did a remix with Jack Harlow. Tory is this Meg. I can't remember what he was saying. I'm sorry, he was telling her, but they just started hitting each other with their careers as artists. Kelsey describes Meg getting out of the Escalade, and she describes Tory shooting in detail. She says she turned at the sound of the second or third gunshot and saw Tory on the right front side, passenger side, shooting over the door. Asked if it was the Meg's direction, Kelsey said definitely in her direction. Yeah, definitely in her direction. She described fearing for her life as Tory pulled on her hair and neck because it was really hard. Kelsey is doing all the talking. The DA is barely saying anything. So Kelsey's point in, I didn't say he hurt me. I don't recall him. I didn't see him shoot Meg. I don't recall him threatening to shoot me. It's all the stuff she was saying on the recording, talking to the prosecutors the whole time. Okay. And how she saw all of this. And the point was the DA are barely saying anything. And I'm going to say why. A good interviewer, whether you are a blogger interviewing somebody else, or a DA or a cop interviewing a suspect or a witness, you're not supposed to say much. You want them to keep talking. Because when you interrupt people, it makes them lose their train of thought and you can miss a key detail. So when they said the DAs barely say anything, is because they're allowing the person to tell all the story to let them talk. The only time you cut somebody off is if they're veering off the subject. And you want to steer them to, no, let's stick to the story. But there's nothing wrong with allowing folk to talk because you want to get the full story. I get real aggravated sometimes when I watch interviews and I see the people, they keep talking. I'm like, no, shut up. Because you're making them not tell a full story. And Kelsey, who was just up there, just talking, means the DA don't even have to ask certain questions because they're telling a story without you asking them. If she was saying how in her direction, I was scared, they didn't have to ask her, was she scared? Because she said it. Because they're allowing her to talk. So when Tory's lawyers said, well, who pressured you? And she made it seem as if it was the DAs. And it was like, oh, really? Let's run the tape. Because the DAs are barely saying anything. It's all Kelsey. So that's what makes her look like even more of a liar. Because the video and the audio show they were barely talking to you. And It's a difference between someone saying, hey, we need you to give a statement, pressuring you to just give your statements versus them pressuring you to say what they want you to say. That's the difference, okay? Very much so. I'm sorry, I was on hold. I couldn't see our comments. The original testimony from Kelsey, her text saying that Tory shot Meg, Tory apologizing and offering money. You would have to ignore all of this to not convict Tory, which is true. Kelsey's still angry. Kelsey just had a baby with her man. We know that. We're not surprised. Kelsey looked like she holding her breath, so we know she'll. Yes, you have to let people talk. If anything, she sounded uncomfortable on the stand because that's when she was lying. When someone keeps asking you stuff and you can't even confidently say, I don't remember. I don't know. I can't recall. It was so long ago. That's what she should have been saying on the statement in September. It's just crazy. Okay. I want to skip down. I want to get to the last couple of things that I have. Kelsey talks about getting back into the Escalade with Meg and says we didn't have a pushback about getting in the car and didn't even consider calling 911. LAPD officers pulled them over at gunpoint minutes later, and Kelsey was jailed and Meg was handcuffed in an ambulance. Again, regarding why this is all coming in, Tory lawyer kept asking Kelsey and Cross if the DAs pressured her to incriminate Tory in the interview to save herself. So the judge agreed the prosecutors could get to play the whole thing and then put it into evidence. So that is why Kelsey now looks like a liar. The only thing Meg lied twice. Meg lied and said, I stepped on glass. When the fact was, Meg was shot. Meg did not lie and say, I was shot and wasn't shot. Which to me shows she was trying to not even have this be an issue. I don't want to deal with it. I stepped on glass. You can tell that means from the moment it happened, she did not want to even deal with the shit. That was lie one. She lied and said, I stepped on glass when the truth was someone shot her. Okay? It came out, no, she was shot. And she still didn't say much of nothing until about a month later when she admitted, Tory shot me. And he ran her on social media on his bullshit. He pissed me off. So he shot me. Fuck him. That's part one. Okay? Part two. She lied saying she was not fucking Tory. Who wants to admit, after all of what's going on in the media, that, oh yeah, I also fucked him? Who around here on camera admitting that they fucked the person who shot them and who since that moment has been a troll trolling them the whole time? Meg saying she stepped on glass but she was shot should not affect shit because she was shot. Meg not admitting to fucking Tory should not matter, period. The fact that men and people are trying to use Meg's sex life as an excuse to, well, oh, well, she was fucking the dude. Oh, well, he doesn't have to go to jail. Oh, it's stupid. Can you imagine someone shooting you and someone saying because you fucked them, it's kind of your fault? And truth be told, the reason Meg probably said, no, I didn't fuck him, because who would think in court, I'm going to have to discuss fucking the man who shot me? Because me fucking him don't mean nothing in him shooting me. But when Meg got to court on the stand, she had to be honest. Yes, I said I stepped on glass. Yes, I fucked Tory. I was scared at the time. Also, I knew it was a boys' club and how I would be treated by going at someone who's in the boys' club. And look at what happened. She's having to do what? Fight for her life in the boys' club against men and women. Even Meg saying how her sex life being drugged through the mud has affected her relationship with her boyfriend, how he's embarrassed. And I was like, people think, oh, why he embarrassed? I was like, I feel like what Meg meant was he's embarrassed that this even has to be an issue. Not he's embarrassed of me. It is an embarrassing situation for his girlfriend to have her sex life out here. Because unlike these whore ass men who bang all the chicks they want and no one bats an eyelash, people want to slut shame Meg for doing what she wants to do. No one wants to slut shame Tory. Diddy out here fucking everybody. We know many rappers who fuck many chicks at the same time, who are unfaithful, who cheat on wives and girlfriends and fiancés, who have side babies and all this shit. But everyone wants to make it seem as if Meg not being truthful about fucking Tory means, okay, it's her fault if she loses the case. Okay, the fuck you mean? How does that make sense to anybody in the world? Tory literally goes to court every day smiling and jolly and shit. You know why? Because he know people gonna choose his side of Megs. And that's sad because he shot that lady. Tory brings his kid to court to show he's a father. So, but it's stupid that we have to sit up here and not defend Meg, but defend common sense that she got shot. And the things that certain people are bringing up about her sexual history has nothing to do with the fact that someone shot her. Because let Kelsey tell it, the argument was about Meg going at his career, not about anything else. Tory was fucking two friends. Tory then revealed while they were all drinking at a party at night to both women that he was fucking both women to make them fuss and argue, which created an argument between him and Meg, which made him, per Kelsey's testimony, tell his driver to pull the car over to put both women out. When Meg got out the car, he pulled out a gun and started shooting at her out the door. That's what matters. As I've said time and time again, Meg could fuck every dude she know. That don't matter. That's like telling a victim of assault. Well, I mean, you're a prostitute. Can someone really assault you? That is what it is. That is what y'all are doing to Meg. Saying, well, she did not admit to fucking him. She did not want to admit he shot her. So it's her fault if he gets off. I was like, no, because once the proof came out that he did it, y'all still tried to make it seem as if it was her. The doctor said there are still fragments of shit in her foot. Meg said to this day, she still has issues with her feet that she has to just deal with. Y'all know my ex, long time ago, attacked me with a baseball bat, a steel baseball bat. For those JayBirds who've been around for a minute, y'all have heard me tell the story about when my ex, the bad guy, came up and ran up on me and hit me in my legs and in my back. If my mom wants you to know too, in my leg and in my back with a steel baseball bat. To this day, sometimes my knees still act up. I could not imagine people telling me, well, because you liked him and he liked you so much. I mean, it's like, when do y'all just say it is not the victim's fault? Meg did not make that man shoot her. It wasn't Meg's fault that he shot her. I don't care if she was fucking that man. That don't mean nothing. Me fucking you does not mean you have the right to shoot me when you get pissed off. It also don't mean when I try to duck my head in a sentence, not deal with it to avoid all of it, y'all then make that seem as if I'm the one that's wrong. Because I knew how y'all would treat me if I told you what happened. It's also why she don't want to be around here fucking with y'all. Because look at how y'all treated her once she told y'all, once we knew what actually happened. You can't look at the side piece information as proof of why he's innocent. Because the fact is, Kelsey and Meg both said it was Tory. Even if Kelsey is trying to recant or forget that point, he did that shit. I don't care if Meg was giving head to that man in that car right before he shot her. He shot her. And since that shooting, her life has not been the same. But Tory Round, he acting like he is God's gift to the world and he ain't do nothing. But Tory is consistently in drama, consistently in bullshit. Yes, other than shooting him first, nothing she could have done to deserve any of this shit. And we do know there's someone out here hiding the drivers. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. But yesterday's day, at the end of the day, where it's at the end of the day, Kelsey saying how she felt like the DA pressured her is not true because the DAs barely said anything on recordings. And she described fearing for her life as Tory pulled on her hair and her neck. Okay. 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 Tory on the right front passenger side shooting over the door. In Meg's direction, fearing for her life. So to me, Tory can't tell me shit about what he didn't do, and neither can Kelsey. Because when she was in the sanctity of the DA's office with her husband and her lawyer, and was told to give a statement, and she had double protection. Her husband, who was a 1501 affiliate, the label that is beefing with Meg right now. When Kelsey was in the conference room having a conversation, a statement on record with the DAs about what happened with her husband by her side, her lawyer, she was detailed in describing everything that happened. And let's not forget, We already know that they said that Megan and Kelsey hasn't talked. So it's not as if Meg could have told Kelsey what to say. We do know that not Megan, Tory and Kelsey have talked since the shooting. We know for a fact, as we discussed on Thursday, how Kelsey did text Meg about how much her body was hurting from Tory being physical with her. So the only person Kelsey has had contact with after all of this is really Tory. So when people come around here, and I try my best to not be biased. I try my best to not want to stifle anyone else's opinion, because again, people have a right to their opinion. This is a free space to have your opinion. But when people come around here in my comment section and they try to discredit someone who was shot, we don't think she was shot. We don't know if she was shot or not. We know for a fact she was shot. So I refuse to ever try to rationalize the innocence of someone where we see there's enough evidence that he did that shit. If it wasn't if again, the only way I would say it would make sense for folks like meaning she wouldn't shoot her is if maybe he wasn't there. If Meg got shot on a Tuesday and there was no proof that they were together, none. And she said, well, he shot me, and there's not much evidence to prove that he was even there. And folk was like, well, maybe he didn't do it. I would get that. You know what I'm saying? They were together in the same car with gun residue on his hands. And two witnesses, the victim and Kelsey, saying he did it. And folks still trying to discredit her and make it seem as if she lied. He ain't shoot her. It probably was Kelsey. Had Meg said it was Kelsey, then it would be Kelsey. That's the difference. That's the difference. And we have these conversations because I like to have conversations, okay? Because I'm talking, y'all in the comment section talking, say we all talking. But it's like this isn't a maybe he didn't do it. Maybe it was. I don't think it was Kelsey. I don't. If it was, I think Meg would say it was Kelsey. I don't think she would have ever said Tory wasn't Tory. The text from Kelsey proved it was Tory because in the moment of it all, Kelsey's text saying, help, Tory shot Meg, 911. That right there is proof to me he did it. Because who in the moment has time to think to say, oh no, let's say somebody else shot you. Yeah. Let's come up with a thing. Let's say it was Tory. Let me also say sometimes we just have to call a spade a spade. And again, Meg saying she stepped on glass to me proves she did not want to deal with none of this shit. None of it. And then once she saw how folks acted about her saying Tory shot her, she then said, I can't ever admit I fucked him. Look at how bad they're treating me by me just saying he shot me. How much worse will my life be once they also know I had sex with that man? Tory said on the Shade Room that Kelsey did not shoot Meg. To me, Tory never thought this would be a case. I feel like he thought it ain't gonna go to court. It's gonna be fine. Because for a time, he was saying a whole bunch of bullshit. Because he felt like, I'm gonna get away with it. And to me, I agree. I don't recall Meg ever implying that Kelsey did nothing. She never implied Kelsey did anything except not fully say Tory did that shit. Because at the time, Kelsey was mad at Meg. How do you think Kelsey can redeem herself if possible? She can't. She can't. The moment of time for Kelsey to redeem herself was because for all this time on social media, she kept on being real tight-lipped, making it seem like once we go to court, I'm gonna tell it all. She got to court and said nothing. Now I feel like this is my theory. Kelsey was heavy on social media a few months ago about how once in court she gonna air everybody out. She then went and did a statement to the DA, airing Tory out, also saying she was upset with Meg for not protecting her even more. I feel like her plan was to air Tory out. And then Tory said, okay, since I now know what she gonna do, let me put a little money in her pocket. Someone got to Kelsey between September and now to change her tune. Because her statement on the stand don't even match the tweets and the Instagram shit she was saying on social media. She fully planned to say what she said in that damn statement. You can't tell me different. And someone said, hey, let's pay her to say she don't remember. That make Meg look bad. Now, who that is, if that's Tory's camp, if that's, Carl Crawford's camp, we don't know. What we do know is there's nothing, in my opinion, that Kelsey can say to rectify nothing unless Kelsey has a recording of the fighting and the shooting that happened, and she will go on, on Oprah and play it and prove that Tory shot Meg, and now she feels bad for not helping. The only thing Kelsey could ever do is to fully apologize and come with cell phone footage or audio that proved Tory did it. But the fact that Kelsey went to court and played in our faces, I could never look at her and trust her ever again. Kelsey could tell me, Jaylee, your name is Jaylee. You are 40 years old as of December 17th, 2022. And I'll say, damn, bitch, my name ain't Jaylee. I ain't 40. Because it can't be true. If Kelsey said my name is Jaylee, and as of today, I am 40 years old, it can't be true because she's a liar. I can't believe shit she say. I must be 45. My name must be Timbuktu. It can't be Jaylee. I can't be 40 because Kelsey's a liar. And not even for a good reason. Okay? She's stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. So nothing she can do can fix nothing. Not nothing. And that's sad because people already felt some kind of way about her before her getting on the stand. Because we all felt like she wasn't definitive enough in saying Tory shot Meg and I don't say the rest in court. Now, if her lawyers advised her to not say one thing or the other directly on social media, I get that. Because sometimes your lawyers will advise you, hey, don't say nothing publicly. Wait until you're in court to be sure that you're not implicated in a shooting. However, you went and gave a full-blown statement in September and changed your tune on the stand. So that was your chance to fix how folks felt about you. and you ruined it. You ruined it. Even folk who don't fully like Meg or don't support Meg still feel like, well, bitch, how you don't know that happened? But everybody feel like Kelsey's on bullshit. Everybody. Everyone feel like Kelsey was on bullshit and was waiting for her testimony, for her to throw the book at both Tory and Meg. How Meg ain't shit as a friend. She fucked the dude I was messing with her. If she said it, okay, I get it. I fully get it. However, she got up there and really just placed a lot of questions and shady whatever towards Meg and nothing for Tory. It don't match her energy. And the crazy part is, legally, I do feel like the prosecution, the DA, gonna try to file some kind of perjury charges on Kelsey, because she made them look like fools in the court when it was like, but you said, and had the defense not been assholes trying to paint the picture of Kelsey being pressured to give that statement back in September, and what she's saying today is what she feels, had they not done that, the prosecution would have looked dumb, because your key witness didn't say nothing. But because of the defense trying to paint Kelsey to be this pressured witness, the jurors now were able to, and also us as well, were able to hear exactly what she said happened. And now we know Tory did that shit. And Kelsey looks like a lying witness. Kelsey looked like a bad friend, because it's one thing for you to be upset with Meg for fucking Tory, but how are you upset with Meg for fucking Tory when you have a whole husband and a whole baby now? I can't imagine me still being mad at the bitch who fucked somebody I was with before, who I ain't with no more. I'm a whole other life. The people I beat up, my exes, I don't have no issue with them. I don't, girl. Fuck him and fuck you. But I'll say what happened. She came over, I beat her ass, and she left. That's it. But I have no issue to say that he also was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't care. You should not still be mad at her because you not even with that man no more. You with a whole husband who looks better than Tory. I'm trying to find her husband Pace to show y'all the fact that, because I know that Tracy sent it to me the other day. Where's her punk ass husband page? Where's the punk ass husband? I think you sent it to me, Tracy. Let me see. I'm scrolling through our messages so I can see, because Tracy was sending me stuff all the time. Day and all night, because she do. Maybe somebody tagged me in it. Am I going crazy? Or is his page private? Is his page private? It could be private now. Well, anyway, her boyfriend, her husband, looked better than Tory. Now Tracy just sent me because Joe Budden keeps saying stuff about Meg. I need Joe Budden to shut the fuck up forever, because Joe Budden is an abuser. He used to abuse women. I don't know what he do now, but I know many women have said Joe Budden put hands on me and has abused me in one way or the other. Okay, I know that for a fact. So I feel like anyone who has not grown from their misdeeds and their mistreating of women can't say shit to me. Okay, not at all. Okay, but Joe, thank you, Boo, for the super chat. She was never Meg's friend, because if I ever called you my best friend, no matter how badly we fall out, your desire to get back at me shouldn't outweigh putting someone who you saw shoot me in jail, especially if I could have got. That is so true. So true. And many people like to say how Meg is the one who was the bad friend because her banging to her. I was like, no, the true bad friend part is when someone shot me and could have killed me and you witnessed it, you are aiding and abetting them and trying to still coming at me. And you doing it over the same dude who knowingly banged us both. That's what's sad. Also, what's sad is she probably don't want to get the same heat that Meg getting, but you getting this heat because we not be mad at you, fully mad at you. But Joe, punk ass button. I'm cutting my sound off, y'all, and cut the sound on. So let's watch. Let's wait. I'm not gonna share it. I gotta share it first. Share the screen first, girl, because I gotta pull it up. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So let me be clear to the audience. That has nothing to do with this case or Tory Lanez. For me personally, I've seen this woman do horrible things to some really great people that I have long-standing relationships with in this industry. So I'm biased. Like, you can't just treat my friends and people I work with and people I've seen in this game for 15 years a certain way. That aside, I'm talking about her and what she's chosen to do professionally. I want to be clear. I don't know her as a person. She could be amazing, but there's a lot to deal with when you sign, and a lot happens fast. I stand in my dislike with a girl. So let me be clear to the audience. That has nothing to do with this case or Tory Lanez. For me personally, I've seen this woman do horrible things to some really great people that I have long-standing relationships with in this industry. So I'm biased. Like, you can't just treat my friends and people I work with and people I've seen in this game for 15 years a certain way. That aside, I'm talking about her and what she's chosen to do professionally. I want to be clear.
Joe. The one thing I don't like about people is who judges people who they don't know. The only people I would judge who I don't know is people who close people tell me this is what they've done and I trust their opinion. I feel like Joe having a professional issue with Megan and saying that Megan has done horrible things to people he know, I think it's complete bullshit. Because what does that have to do with someone shooting her? But he admitted, I'm completely biased. So it's like, Joe, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. This is BS. I feel like people don't like Meg because Meg is not playing their game. Joe Budden has been horrible to many people that we've seen it play out on TV. Not some secret shit behind the wall shit that he's alleging that Megan did. And I also don't like when folks say, well, so-and-so did these bad things. And that's why, look, no. I like to get to know people for myself. Like, for me, I feel like I've had people who don't know me for real, feel some kind of way about me and talk as if they know me. And I'd be like, it made me feel some kind of way. But with my true friends, my true people, like, girl, what the fuck? No, they don't know you. That ain't you. You know that ain't you. We have to stop allowing folk who don't know us, how they feel about us, make us feel some kind of way about ourselves. So Joe, who said he don't know Megan, he feels some kind of way based on what someone told him privately, secretly. Okay, we'll say what it was. We don't like Joe because he was allegedly accused of beating at least 3 exes, was cheating or whatever on sin. He has a horrible track record in how he has treated women in the past. Now, I know he's in a current relationship, whatever, but your track history of how you have publicly and privately treated the women in your life means to me you can't ever say that you don't like some woman based on some shit she did. I'm pretty sure she did to some men who probably said, fuck y'all, I don't care, leave me be. Joe, shut up. For legal purposes, for me, yes. I will never say something someone did is not alleged when they have not been found guilty in a court of law. No one would ever be able to sue me. Okay. So when bloggers say alleged, all that means is it has not been proven in the court of law, but it is an accusation. But Joe admitting that he's biased, to me, it's like, well, I can't hear you. Because that means you're not looking at the facts of what happened and leave your bias out of it. You cannot like Meg for reasons of personal things she did to whoever you knew or whoever you know. But to want to make it seem as if her, in this case, and her being shot, you can't even be you can't be open-minded enough to know this ain't the time to be on no BS. Anyway, that's all. I'm done. Okay. We have fully dived into day 5 of the trial. I'm trying to think, are we going to do these live chats after every day of the trial? Because the trial continues on next week. If y'all want us to keep having a day-by-day discussion when something comes out from the case, I will do that. You know what I'm saying? I will do that. I will do that. Okay. Because I like the fact that we can openly discuss what went on in the court case. We can openly give our opinions. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, or indifferent. Because at the end of the day, this is a unprecedented story. I don't think we've ever had a case of 2 rappers who are currently in the industry, and one is accused of shooting the other, and people are divided, and that's crazy. So we'll see what happens next week. I hope it all concludes next week. I do not want this to keep going, after Christmas, after I want it to be wrapped up by the end of 2022. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why I did it really. It was him, Your Honor. It was him right there. So, more than likely on Monday evening, we will have a live to see what was said in court on Monday. It may not be long as this one was. We're gonna do it. Y'all know tonight I will be live for the season finale of Love and Marriage Huntsville at 9:30 tonight. So yeah. Y'all know to become a whole JayBird, make sure to subscribe to my channel, to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, also Twitter. Yeah. Like the video, share the video. Okay. Saying Kenya facts, Megan was shot. There was gunshot residue found on the accused. And ex BFF Lashley, she did not shoot herself. Okay. Boom. Yeah, Kelsey was showing cleavage. the titties. Thank you, Kia Bell Sparks, for the super chat. Separate the things. Meg can be a bad person, a bad friend. She shouldn't have slept with Tory or go to Kelsey, but a decent human being doesn't protect the man who shot me. I agree. Because two things can be, two at the same time. Everybody can be bad friends in one way or the other. But no one should want to protect anyone who shot their ex best friend. Okay? But yeah, tonight, wrong button. Tonight, y'all, 9:30. We will have a live episode chit chat for Love and Marriage. It's the season finale tonight. So come on through around 9:30. We're gonna chit chat about that. Tomorrow I'll be live for Potomac. After that goes up, I may have I'm gonna have a gossip chat up tomorrow afternoon too. Probably around 5. We have a gossip chat around 5 for other stuff, but outside of the trial. So come on through for that. But y'all know to like, subscribe, all this stuff. Yes, all this is up here for a reason. Okay, following me around here on JayLee's Corner, on these places. Follow me with subscribe, share, like, love, light, and positivity in the midst of foolishness. The things around here for a reason. Okay, make sure that y'all are doing all of those things. Okay, I love you all. Okay, a great day was had by all. I will talk to y'all tonight at 9:30 for Love and Marriage Hunts of the video. I'm gonna have up. Who was live? Coleslaw was live. I have her live. I'm editing that. Tasha from Escape, husband, sad chick was live. I have to cut that down. I think it's like one other live I have to cut down. So those will be up sometime today or tomorrow. But yeah, I'm trying to push out more content. Y'all know there's other content on my channel. Go to my channel and look at it. Okay, go watch the stuff yesterday and all of that. But I gotta go. I love you all. Have a good rest of y'all day until 9:30 when I see y'all around here for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Gotta go. Bye.